Welcome back. The next I that I want to talk about is income. Obviously, income is a huge part of qualifying for a mortgage. I mean, that's what we base a lot of your approval on is whether or not you can afford to make the mortgage payments. Income is a very complex part of the mortgage process. A lot of people, just kind of off the cuff say, well, I make $15 an hour. But what they don't realize is that we have to average hourly income over the last year to year and a half period of time to make sure that, you're working a consistent 40 hours per week. So if you happen to take off time if your place was closed down for COVID, or you took time off for maternity leave, or you were out sick for a certain portion of time, those times where you're not getting paid are going to actually skew your income down, and it could have an impact on what you qualify for. Also, self-employed people, a lot of times when we ask a self-employed person, well, how much money did you make last year in 2020? In their mind, they're thinking about their gross receipts of how much they received, and they're not really taking into consideration all the expenses that they deducted. What we as mortgage lenders look at is the net income after all of the expenses are taken out. And of course, there's some expenses that we can add back, like depreciation, and some auto expenses like mileage and things like that. But we are, for the most part, going to be looking at your net income. And that's why when you do a pre-approval with a mortgage lender, it's very important that you make an effort to have them review your income before you put an offer in on the property, because you want to make sure that they're using the most accurate income figure to make sure you're actually going to qualify for the property that you're choosing. So I would encourage everyone to make sure that you have all of your income documentation together, 2 years of tax returns, pay stubs, and things like that, so that your lender can review and solidify your pre-approval.